Good morning, everyone. I would like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us during our weekly virtual MLS meetings. My name is Christine Cheng of Keller Williams Signature Realty. A few housekeeping tips. All participants will be muted, and should you have a question or a comment, please enter it in the chat box. The host will read it during the Q&A section of the meeting. Please remember to join us weekly as we will have our virtual MLS meeting breakfast meetings every Thursday at 9 a.m. As always, this meeting is being recorded and will be available online on our YouTube channel, West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. A little bit about me. My name is Christine Cheng, and I am your June MLS Monthly Program Chair. Please remember to follow WSGVR social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also watch our pre-recorded videos on YouTube. WSGVR introduced a new text message service. For updates, please text WSGVR to the number 72727. Today's agenda consists of our affiliate spotlight, John Wax, Snap NHD, the President's message given by 2020 President MINDY, followed by our guest speaker, Felix Hung, social media real estate expert. Today, our affiliate spotlight will be John Wax from Snap NHD, brought to you by the Affiliate Committee. Take it away, John.
Thank you, Christine. Hi, everyone. It's John Wax with Snap NHD Natural Hazard Disclosure Reports. A little bit about me. I'm married. I have a 19-year-old son, and he's in his second year, finished his first year of the Pierce College. He got straight A's. We're really proud of him. I've been in the industry educating real estate professionals for over 25 years, providing NHD tax and environmental reporting, and answering questions and consulting with them so that their clients understand what's going on with the property and the material facts regarding natural hazard disclosure reports. A little bit about our company. We have the industry best pricing. We also have $10 million of E&O insurance to protect all parties to the transaction. We step in the shoes to protect you. We maintain our data and update it as it becomes available, so you always have the most accurate information. And all reports is the fastest delivery with minutes. You'll receive it online ordering within minutes, even on weekends and holidays. We also have easy color and reports and easy to read the reports because we have a snapshot, so you can just look in a glance and see if there's anything you have to pay attention to in the report to see and to explain to your clients or consult with me. We also have single page signature, digital signature capabilities, free flood cert. If the property comes back and it's in a flood cert, we automatically send out a flood cert with that report so they can provide it to the parties that need to look at that. And for those of you doing leases, we have the free renters report. It's a flood zone only report. It came in July of 2018 that the landlord must tell the tenant if the property is affected by flood zone. And then lastly, to help you and set you apart from all the other agents out there, we have the property tax estimator. And the estimator allows you to see what the supplemental property taxes are in minutes on any property that you're looking at or your client may be interested in. I'm only a phone call away, 818-915-3344, and or JONWAX at Snap NHD. And like I said, your first NHD report with Snap NHD is 50% off. And as we are at Snap NHD, in appreciation of all the healthcare professional workers, your healthcare professional workers, clients are 50% off through 2020 for your clients on Snap NHD reports. I thank you for your support. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you in person. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Please remember to support our affiliates with your transaction. I want to recognize some of the affiliates for joining us today. Next, Mindy Ye will give her president's message.
Good morning, WSGVR, family and friends. I'm Mindy Ye, your 2020 president. Thank you for attending our weekly virtual MLS breakfast meeting. We're thankful for your continued support as a valuable member of San Gabriel Valley Realtors. I would also like to thank our guest speaker today, Felix Hung, social media real estate expert. Also wanted to let you guys know that WSGVR is open this Monday, June 15, by appointments only. Would like to wish all the dads a Father's Day this Sunday. So I want to share a little bit with you. Father, F stands for fun, A stands for brave, P, patience, H for hero, E for wise, and R for caring. And I also would like to share a couple of new forms at CAR coming up in June. They are property visit and open house advisory, which is PVOH. This form is an advisory to anyone visiting and viewing a property. So you have to give it to all the buyers or whoever enters the property, including, inspectors and everyone that enters the property. It's advice that possible being reported, and it's for safety risks, especially with COVID-19, and also to acknowledge, everyone that walks through the property. And then another new form that's coming up in June, it's called the Square Footage and Lot Size Advisory. It's SFLS. This is an advisory form, possibly when you have different measurements. For instance, like when you see something on the MLS versus property titles. So, you give this form, so kind of protects you and releases you from liability. And, it kind of tells the parties that they need to be aware and do their own, due diligence. So CAR also has two, there's a lot of revised forms. I'll just give you a couple of them due to time. It's called Notice to Pay Rent or Quit. It's called PRQ. It's a new revision for June. The last one is in December of last year. The changes that they add, it excludes when you serve a notice to pay rent to the tenant. It excludes Saturday, Sunday, and other holidays. So it makes it clear for the court. So according to Gov Hutchinson, last week Friday, he's the CAR Vice President, Assistant General Counsel. It relates to the Assembly Bill 1842, where, it's the cap rent increase that's statewide at 5%, plus the local inflation per year for the next 10 years. It provides the just cause eviction protection and tenants throughout California, which took place in January 1st this year. So if you serve that notice per gov, that you also need to pay the tenant relocation adjustments, and then plus Governor Newsom's, once you lift the no eviction for the renters, you 90 days waiting period, and it's not a rolling date. And also there's another form that is called RLA, Residential Listing Agreement. So it adds the NAR, the section that is changing on your listing agreement it adds the NAR Clear Corporation rules. And it also reorganize the information regarding MLS benefits and other MLS issues. And the section regarding public marketing, and it also lets the seller knows if they need to order HOA documents to order that in advance. And also ask the language to clarify the broker use of key box lock safe. That's all I have update for today, and I hope you continue practicing social distance, wear masks to prevent a second wave, stay resourceful, relevant, keep faith. Please join us next Thursday, June 25th, with our affiliate title panel discussion. Additional information will be available by end of this weekend. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, Mindy. At this point, I would like to introduce Felix Hung, social media real estate expert. Felix is best known as a social media real estate expert, and has given classes on all aspects of social networking, organic branding, and lead generation. From 2015 to 2019, Felix has generated over $50 million in volume in referral business from his personal Facebook page. He has over 500,000 minutes of view time from his Facebook Lives. Felix has shared his secrets to his success in presentations, trainings, and on Facebook Live. Take it away, Felix.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you, Christine, for the invite to speak this morning. I see a lot of my friends on here, so shout out to Cosmo and Oriana. Good to see you guys. Let me bring up my presentation here. Get ready to take some notes. This is just going to be full of content here, as we are all adjusting to shelter in place. I want to make sure that you guys have the right techniques, the right things that you guys can do right now to improve your business and really to get some results from social media. So my clicker's not working. Just so you know a little bit about my background here. This is my 17th year in business. I own my own real estate franchise, and what I'm known for is generating over 50 million in sales volume from my personal Facebook page since 2015. So those are really, it's what I'm known for. It's what I speak about the most. But this is the unwritten rule of social media. The unwritten rule is this: you are supposed to share your personal life with your friends and family, and then they allow you to spam them sometimes. It's very much similar to when you're watching TV and after 7 to 10 minutes, a commercial pops up, right? That's the same exact scenario. So you should be operating your social media very much like how the TV networks operate their commercials, okay? But you have to understand what the primetime TV show is and what the commercial is. The primetime TV show is not your real estate advertising. It's not your open house. It's not your new listing video. It is your personal life. And your friends give you no credit when you share an article from CNN. They give you no credit for sharing something from Inman News. They give you no credit for it because it's not your content. You did not create the content, okay? So if you really want to make social media work at a high level, if you want to know how I generated over 50 million in sales volume and referral business from my personal Facebook, it is this slide right here. And so you must think about what these TV shows should be on your primetime TV show. You guys all have your own TV networks. So if you are friends with me, you know that I box 2 or 3 times a week. So Felix the Boxer, Felix Boxing is one of the shows I run. Before COVID-19 hit, I used to go out to eat 3, 4, 5 times a week, and I love hole-in-the-wall places, and I also love fine dining. So you saw Felix the Foodie as another show. What would those shows look like on your TV network? That's what you have to decide. I recommend to my coaching clients at least 3 different primetime TV shows. So is it a show about you and your kids? Is it a show about you being a husband, a wife, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a grandmother, a grandfather? What is that on your show? So pick 3 shows about your personal life and run them every single week on your social media. And then once or twice a week, you show a commercial, which is your real estate business, which is your mortgage business, which is your title business, which is your escrow business. That's how we should be running our social media. But what I see, the most common mistake I see is very salesy, very spammy type posts where you're just pushing business all the time through your social media outlets. Okay, so also what I teach is the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your posts need to be these personal posts about your personal life, 20% business. And the posts that get the most engagement are posts like this. So this was a gentleman that was in one of the offices I managed. His name is Kier. And Kier had a show on his network. It was called My Wife is Pregnant. And every month for 9 months, he did updates about him and his wife going to the doctors. And then the season finale happened month 9. And what was that? It was the birth of his baby daughter, Savon. And by the time Savon was born, you can see here that 460 people liked this post. He got 4 referrals that day. They're all buyers, but all 4 buyers closed within 6 months of the birth of his daughter. So it wasn't a real estate post that brought them in and made them reach out to him. It was this post about the birth of his daughter. So when you guys are out there and you're thinking, well, what am I supposed to post? This is for your personal page. So I want to make that clear. This wouldn't be an ad that you run on Facebook ads, but this is the type of stuff that your friends, your family want to see. And it's not going to necessarily be a real estate post that gets them to actually contact you. Okay, so what about the business post? That's what I always get asked. So Felix, I get that. I got to share my personal life. I've got to have these shows. So what about business? You document the journey. I think the biggest mistake I see on the other side of things when people are talking about their business is that they only show when they sell a house. So if you only post when you close escrow, the problem is you only post when you close escrow. I want that to sink in for the 100 people on this broadcast, because when you only post when you close an escrow, people know exactly how many houses you sell or don't sell. So I'm going to recommend that you post behind the scenes. You post, you're working. We're all working every single week. So we must show the behind the scenes stuff, and we must talk to them as if they're a fifth grader. Don't use our industry terms. Don't talk as if you're talking to a colleague in the office. Talk as if you're talking to a fifth grader, and explain the journey, explain the process that you're taking people through. Okay. Market updates. Do these every single week. So I started making my coaching clients do market updates every single week 4 or 5 months ago. As soon as we shut down for COVID about 110 days ago, we were doing market updates every single week, because you guys are in LA. The LA market was still on fire, even though there was shelter in place. It was on fire. We were still seeing multiple offers all across San Gabriel Valley, all across Los Angeles. Orange County was a little bit quieter. I also saw Inland Empire on fire. So if you guys do service part of IE, you saw that Inland Empire was getting multiple offers throughout the shelter in place. So why push out market updates? Because it tells you that the market is still hot and it's still active. And if you were looking at different economic reports, what you saw was there was a contraction of sellers, and there's also a contraction of buyers. But because the contraction was very similar in sellers and buyers, we still had multiple offers in our marketplace. So that helps people to have confidence in the marketplace, but it also tells them you're active, you're working, you're doing these updates on a weekly basis. So weekly stats, not monthly stats. These should be weekly stats. You should post them the same exact day every single week. Weekly stats, okay? I'm gonna go into some LinkedIn marketing. We found success during shelter in place with LinkedIn marketing. So this is gonna be step by step, and you're gonna have your cameras ready because you're gonna wanna take some pictures of these slides here. Okay, so the profile. We have to have a superstar profile before we get started on sending out messages, outbound messages to try to pick up clients from LinkedIn. So take a picture of this slide. I'm gonna go in depth in how this should be done, but you want to take a picture of the slide. So as I go through it, don't leave you behind here. So you must start with a good headshot photo. Okay, so if you need help with the headshot or resizing it, let's say you don't have a headshot. Let's say you're brand new to the business, but you can find a picture of yourself in a dress, in a suit. Okay, you can crop the picture. So just go to Google and search for free online cropping tool, and then you can crop your own picture. Just make sure that the spacing on the left and right are about the same, and crop your own photo as a temporary photo until you get a professional headshot done, okay? The background photo needs to be specific parameters. Let me see if I can pull those up for you guys. So it must have specific parameters or it won't fit on the LinkedIn. It's gonna be too big, or it's gonna be zoomed in too small. And so it should be business specific. Let me give you a couple of examples, and this is not to pick on anyone in the crowd. This is just an example of how this could be not clear. Okay, so if your team name or your team are your initials, it won't translate into a real estate sales team. Okay, so I get that you want to push your team name, but if your team name is not clearly a real estate company, it doesn't say real estate, it doesn't say realty, then consumers, when they look at your LinkedIn profile, may not know exactly what you do. So I definitely recommend that you go with a banner that tells them exactly what you do. Now, if you're at a major brokerage and you use your brokerage background, that will probably do it, right? So if you're in a very recognizable brokerage, you can just use something from your brokerage, Okay, the pixels for the LinkedIn background photo needs to be 1584 by 396. So if someone can just type that into the chat box, 1584 by 396. 1584 by 396. So what if you don't have a picture that's 1584 by 396? You go to this website. You go to www.picresize.com, picresize.com. You'll upload the picture, and then you'll just select 1584 by 396. It'll resize it to that size. You download and you save it, and then it'll be able to be uploaded directly into LinkedIn here. Thank you, Joseph, for typing that. Oh, to Joseph typing that. All right, so the next thing that you're gonna wanna do is a great headline. You want a great headline to tell them exactly what you do, okay? And so my headline says, I generated over 50 million from social media. That's what my headline says. Your headline may say something like real estate expert serving San Gabriel Valley. Real estate expert serving San Gabriel Valley. Real estate expert serving Arcadia, serving San Gabriel, serving Temple City. Okay, so you should say exactly what you do. Real estate expert, industry expert that services first-time home buyers. Luxury real estate expert that services Arcadia. The website, again, I'll type it in, www.picresize.com. There you go, Paula. And then after the headline, you want to make sure that you're filling out your profile completely. And I think LinkedIn does a great job stepping you through step by step on what needs to be there. So that's with the experience. It's with the about section, which is your biography section. You have a certain number of characters, I think 1,000 characters to talk about yourself. You want to make sure that your skills are real estate related or mortgage related or title or escrow related. Okay, so make sure it's specific to your job. And so then people can endorse you for those skills. So for real estate, you want to make sure that you have vacation homes and luxury and buyer representation and seller representation and negotiations and short sales and REOs. So all of those are skills that you can add onto your profile. You just look for them. You just search for them and you add them onto your profile. Same thing with licenses and certifications. If you do volunteer work, your education, languages that we speak. Look, a lot of us on this broadcast, we speak a different language. So is that language on your LinkedIn? Because when people are searching for other realtors that speak certain languages, is your profile coming up? You know, I teach my team to look for people that speak different languages, right? So if I'm looking for Mandarin speaking and I want to network with an agent across the country, I search for that. And if you don't have that on your profile, you could be losing some referral business for that also, okay? So if you're a team, if you're a team leader, if you're a broker owner and someone in your office speaks this language, you should put that language on your profile so you can have the incoming leads for them, okay? Same thing with affiliates. If someone on your team speaks a different language, add them all for the offices that you represent, for the office that you represent, okay? Also, you should include awards, organizations. A lot of us are part of ARIA, NAREP, NAREP, Women's Council Realtors, okay? So add all of the organizations you're a part of. And then this is a secret key that I don't see on very many profiles. After you add your experience, let's say for Christine, it's KW signature, right? So below that, Christine, I would recommend that you go into your profile, under experiences, and you hit edit on that. And then what I want you to do, I want you to upload media for KW Signature Realty, which would be your listing photos, which would be YouTube videos of listings that you've done, which would be any marketing that you've done, which would be maybe speaking engagements you've done, so that when people visit your profile, they think, oh my gosh, wow, look at how much this person has done. And so you can put media in the form of PDFs, flyers, documents under every single experience, every single work experience. And so those should be your body of work in real estate or in title or in escrow or in mortgage. Okay, so that is something that I don't see happening a lot on LinkedIn. So if you look at mine, you see that it has media. It's got listing flyers, it's got videos, it's got testimonials. Okay, then what's the next step? Hopefully you guys took a picture of that slide. The next step is posting. So you want to post a couple of times a week. So if Facebook is the house party, Facebook is the Friendsgiving, the Thanksgiving party, right? That's Facebook. LinkedIn is the networking event. So it's very allowable, very normal that you talk business 24/7. So if you love talking about business, you just can't help but posting business, do it on LinkedIn. Okay, so I recommend you post 2 business posts a week on LinkedIn. And then I recommend the coaching clients that they like and comment 20 other posts a week. Okay. If you want to go extra, you want to do extra stuff, you can wish happy birthday to everyone every single day. You can congratulate them on their work anniversaries. It comes up and it's really easy to do from a web browser because it automatically has preloaded messages you can send to people in the messenger section of LinkedIn. So now you have this superstar profile you created, and then you started posting and liking and commenting on other posts. Well, the next section is asking for connections. Connections are the friend requests on LinkedIn. So you want to connect with people. So most of the free accounts, you can send up to 50 each day without being flagged as a spam account. LinkedIn will shut you down if you send too many requests out in a day. This is not 24 hours, it's in a day. So midnight until 11:59 p.m., you can only send out certain number of messages. Okay, so I recommend you stay around 50. So who would you send that out to? You could send it out to referral partners, maybe in your company across the nation. If you're a nationwide company, you could send it out to referral partners that speak a language that you want. You could send it out to anybody in different marketplaces that are very likely to refer business to the San Gabriel Valley area. San Francisco Bay Area, New York, Austin, Texas, wherever, Seattle, Washington. So you can send it out to those people. But who else can you send it out to? You can send it out to essential services, frontliners, doctors, nurses, police officers, firefighters, anyone. Oh, I'm not sure if I have noise here from the connection. So anyone who's a frontliner service or anyone who has a job with stable income is who I would add and who I would send friend requests out to. If you want to send up to 80 a day, you can upgrade your account. I think it's $75 to $100 a month, and you can send out to 80 requests a day. All right. So now we send out messages. So we've got the superstar profile. And then we started posting and liking comments. And then we started to send out requests, right? So it's in a very specific order on purpose because the connection requests need to happen after you have a really good profile. If I'm going to your profile and you're wanting to connect with me, it better look good or I may not connect with you. So then we go through that process. Then we actually start sending outbound messages. So what outbound messages would you send? So if you are looking for potential clients, you're a resource. You talk to them about CMAs and about being a resource and about answering real estate questions and about what the market's doing and see if they bite. Or if you're looking for an affiliate, you can ask the affiliates directly what they do for their realtor partners. If you're an affiliate, you can basically tell what your offering is to your realtor partners, okay, vice versa. Or you're looking for referral partners across the country there. Okay, but these are just a sample of the type of messages you can craft. Again, don't copy and paste this. Make sure it's your own words because I give this class out. And if you guys are all sending this to the same doctor that works at Kaiser in Arcadia, it's not going to work for us. Does that make sense? Okay, so make sure you change this to your own words, and it's not just changing ABC Realty to your real estate company. Make sure you change this to your words so that it actually gets you the result that you want. You can also include your website link or a lead funnel link in your initial message. Okay, so that's for LinkedIn. Questions there? Okay, so the market updates, this is a couple examples of the market updates that you can do. Okay, so Laura Law here is doing it for LA County, and I think she's done it for the last month. So she did it for month of March, right? So on the right there, my friend did it for Gail, did it just for the last week. So I recommend it's more like what Gail is doing. So you see it's April 10th to April 16th in Chula Vista. And this is what you want. You want how many new listings came up on the market. She divides it up into single family houses and condos. And then she also talks about solds and pendings. That's what people want to know. Is the volume going up? Is there activity going on? And right now, as we get multiple offers and we have the prices escalate beyond 100% of list price when it sells, we should be displaying that also. What is the average sold price? The average sold price is probably very close to 100% of the list price right now. Okay, here are a couple more examples. So don't make this hard on yourself, guys. You want to make sure that you go ahead and you can take a picture of this slide also. And you keep the same format every single week, week in and week out. You keep the same exact format. Okay, so I'll give you some time to take this slide. You keep the same exact format. So all you're doing week to week is changing the numbers. So let's say I'm using Hazel's, for example, as a template. All I do is I go back and I change 906 to whatever currently is active in the same market area. Do the same market area every single week. Don't jump from San Gabriel Valley or Arcadia to all of LA County. You want to keep the same exact market area and do it over and over and over again. Okay, so something that has really taken off for my coaching clients that I really love is live stream video conferencing. I was laughed at by other people 4 months ago for teaching this, and people thought it wouldn't take off. Well, I'm happy to say that a coaching client got 4 clients in the last 2 weeks from live stream video conferencing. And what did she do? I will tell you exactly what she did. And you can still jump on now if you want to, or you can just let this pass you by. So there's a lot of different ways you can live stream video conference. You can use Zoom. A free account allows you up to 40 minutes maximum for meetings. You can use Messenger Room for Facebook. You can use Line. So Line supports up to 200 people, but only 4 faces show up. So if you use Line already to talk to friends, family, it's really easy technology you already know. So you just start a group, and then you just start a group video chat, and it'll just call everyone at the same time. Whoever picks up will be part of that broadcast. Also WeChat. So WeChat allows up to 10 people, 9 other people. So if you're already used to using WeChat, you can do this on WeChat. Now, there are limitations with using Line, WeChat, and WhatsApp. It is that you can't use screen sharing. So screen sharing allows a different flair. So which ones allow screen sharing? Messenger Room for Facebook allows screen sharing. Zoom allows screen sharing. Google Hangout allows screen sharing. Those 3 are going to be superior because they allow screen sharing. And I believe Skype allows screen sharing also. Okay. So if you already use this technology, no need to learn a new technology. Use what you already know. And then if you do want to learn new technology like Zoom or Facebook Messenger Room, it's really easy, but I don't want to overwhelm you with just technology. You want to get the result. So start with the platform that you're comfortable with. Okay. Then you build a community. So how do you build a community? We all know the business purposes. Buyer consultation, listing presentation. We know that you can do virtual showings. You know that you can do virtual open houses and seminars, and we've been using it for conference calls to work out transaction issues, right? You can bring up the actual document and explain to a client. So this has been going on for more than just shelter in place. But this is the key. The key is maybe you're not doing a virtual networking group. Why don't you start a virtual networking group? Affiliates, why don't you start a virtual networking group? But this is where my client got 4 clients in the last 2 weeks. This is it. This is the secret. I'm going to give you the exact secret recipe. Okay. And that secret recipe is that it's Zoom for social. It's using video conferencing for a social basis. Social basis. So it means that you can do play dates for your kids with other kids. And guess what? Then the parents are monitoring. And you build a friendship indirectly with the parents because we all have to monitor, right? The virtual happy hours. So if you like to do a happy hour, I've seen a lot of friends, even on this broadcast, do some virtual happy hours. But it's got to go beyond that. That's very simplistic. And not everyone's just going to want to jump on a Friday evening and grab a couple of drinks. We got to go beyond that to a deeper type of social event. You can do a language exchange. A lot of you guys speak different languages. Have you ever thought about teaching your different language to those people around you that want to learn your language? And I'll tell you why this works. So you're wondering, well, how does this have anything to do with business? Has so much to do with building relationships. That's why this works. You're building relationships that are genuine, authentic. We're not spamming business here. We're not mentioning business here. And yet, because everyone who jumped on my client's broadcast knew what she did, which was real estate, she picked up the clients. That's what's important, okay? Virtual family reunions. So if you or your family or your spouse's family lives in the immediate area, why don't you do a family reunion? That's a great way to get in front of a lot of people that love you already. Virtual birthday parties. Look, I taught this on Lab Coat Agents also, and I think this is something really simple that all of us can do. So let's say it's Lena's birthday. So Lena's birthday is today. I see it on Facebook. We're friends on Facebook. So I would go ahead and start a Facebook Messenger room on Facebook and invite all of our common friends. So wow, Lena and I have 90 common friends. I'm starting to invite all of them to her virtual birthday party. She doesn't know it. And I say, hey, Lena, do you have some time? I wanted to invite you to a quick phone call. She jumps in and she sees that 90 people are there wishing her happy birthday. It's very, very, very easy to do. You can make sure that Lena goes on because you tell her it's going to happen at 9 or 10 o'clock or whatever time. So this is very easy to do. You can do social gatherings. You can do group karaoke. So how exactly did my client pick up 4 clients last 2 weeks? Let me tell you exactly the topics that she talked about. She had a women's group on Friday evening, and it was called Whining While Whining with Women. And so all she did was grab a glass of wine, and they dished about everything. They dished about homeschooling their kids and issues with their spouse and issues at work and working from home and doing Zoom broadcasts and doing meetings with the kids running around and how to minimize the problems. They shared recipes for dinner. And so it started with a group of 4 women, and she knew all 4 women intimately as close friends. Then after the last 2 months, it has grown to over 25 people. Organically, naturally, and it's just a sisterhood of women that are just trying to get through shelter in place. I want you guys to really get this because this is why it works. All of them eventually knew that she sells real estate, but she never had to advertise. She never had to advertise. I'm really proud that the last 2 clients didn't even know her before shelter in place. Did not know her before shelter in place. Did not know her before shelter in place. And you guys are wondering, well, I can't do open houses anymore. I can't door knock anymore. How do I get people that I don't know into my pipeline, into my database? I'm telling you how. Well, will you do it though? So it did take her 2 or 3 months. And I told her it probably would take you 3 to 6 months, and we got better results than that. So will you do this? Will you do something like this for 3 to 6 months to pick up another 3, 4, 5 clients? Well, what are you doing now to create business next quarter, the quarter after that? What are you doing now? So the women group was huge. Also, she did something fitness-wise. So she literally was teaching people how to kickbox and stay in shape on Facebook Messenger rooms. You didn't see on Facebook Live because it wasn't on Facebook Live. It was a personal invite to Facebook Messenger room, and that's a platform she used because it was free and easy. Okay, all of us can learn free and easy, right? Okay, then you grow the community. Any hobby, you can take any hobby that you want to talk about, any hobby. And if you think you have some good ideas that you want to talk about, let me know. I'll tell you if I think it's a good idea or not. Or if you don't want to share with 123 participants, send me a message. I'll tell you if it's a good thought or not, okay? But you start with an idea. Start with any idea in the world. Any idea in the world. And I would love for West Sangerville Valley to start a public speaking group, and I'd love to be part of that group, right? So if we just started a group and all we did was focus on public speaking, very much like Toastmasters. Can't use the name unless we pay the charter money, right? But we could start that format and just get people good at speaking on camera. And that would improve their marketing, that would improve their Facebook Lives, that would improve them in front of the video. And we could do that as a group. So affiliates, love to partner with you for something like that. Or you do a working moms group or working dads group, just a working from home group, okay? Whatever it is, but it should be something you like and you're passionate about, okay? Then you practice yourself. So let me help you get over the fear. Take a picture of this slide. So you practice by yourself. So you jump on a Zoom by yourself and you just stare at yourself. Oh, my ears are too big. My hair looks like a wave. Oh man, I don't like how I look on camera. Oh, my suit looks awful. Huh. You just get comfortable with yourself. I hated seeing myself on camera just a couple years ago. I hated seeing myself on camera. And when I used to record my YouTube videos from back in 2015 and 2016, I would record those 500 times before I uploaded one video on my YouTube channel. I had to go through the same thing you had to go through. I have to go through the same things and the same struggles. Okay, and have an agenda. So if you look at my old Facebook Lives from 2016, you'll see I keep looking down. The reason I look down is because I have a piece of paper there to guide me through the broadcast. I took notes because it is a little bit intimidating when people jump into your Facebook Live or people jump into your Zoom or people jump into your Messenger room. So you want to have an outline, you want to have notes to stay focused. And you invite the closest people to you. Invite your spouse, invite your kids, invite your brother, your sister, your parents, and you start there because you don't care how you look and how you act in front of them. You're very comfortable with those people in your life. So you start the broadcast there. This is exactly what I told my coaching client. She didn't like being on camera 3 months ago. And now she loves being on camera, and she loves it because she also picked up 4 clients in the last 2 weeks. What are you guys doing? Right? So then you expand out. So how did that group get her 2 clients that she didn't know? Well, we started with those 4 women, right? And then that 4 turned into 6. Well, she still knew all 6 women. Then it turned into 9. And now she didn't know 3 of the women because it was, hey, Lena, if you enjoy this group, invite your girlfriends on next Friday. And then your girlfriends, Lena has a girlfriend named Margaret. Well, Margaret has another girlfriend. And now I don't know any of them. And now I'm adding people to my sphere and building friendships virtually for people I don't even know. But I'm comfortable with it because we started with a group core of 4 to 5 people I was very, very, very comfortable with. And they normally jump on the broadcast with me Fridays. So they're a support system for comfort. Okay. I know we're running out of time, so I've got to wrap up in the next couple of minutes. So after lockdown ends, you can take this offline. So we still have some shelter in place and stay at home laws. We're in phase 3, stage 3 of Governor Newsom's lifting of lockdown. So now you can take whatever you did, the women's group, the book club, whatever you're doing, language exchange, and take it to an in-person event. Wow. Rent out the association, rent out a restaurant, rent out a venue, and now have an in-person event. Now you have the best of both worlds. And you can still continue the online events. All right, I'm going to do one more quick class here. I'm going to skip the Facebook groups. We're getting leads from Facebook groups right now, but we're going to skip that, okay? Because let's go digital farming. So this is a secret I teach to my coaching clients. So number 1, you look for a farm list. So we've got title reps on the broadcast. You get a farming list from the title reps on the broadcast here. The areas that you should consider is probably where you live, probably where you just sold a house, the communities that you just sold a house to, where your tribe lives. So where do your parents live? So maybe you live in El Monte, but your parents live in Temple City and you prefer Temple City. Fine, do Temple City, wherever you want, right? But it should be somewhere that you probably visit a lot or you're around a lot for some reason. Your best friend lives there, whatever you want. Okay, step 2, you get this list of names, right? So I've got John Wong and he lives in Arcadia, and I'm gonna look for all the John Wongs that are in Arcadia on Facebook and on LinkedIn. I'm gonna send requests out to all the John Wongs. Why? Probably one of them and probably owns a house. Probably. And maybe it's a hit or miss. Okay. But what you're going to find right now with shelter in place and stay at home is that up to 40% of these people will actually accept your friend request. Have you ever thought about adding people into your physical farm, geographical farm that on social media? We've been doing this for years from open house attendees. We've been doing this for years. Have you guys been doing this? Okay. Then you post on Facebook and LinkedIn. You don't spam them. You don't say, oh, you're part of my farm. How are you doing? You don't do that. What do? You just naturally post the 80-20, and 20% of the time you post about business. Okay. And I know it's about that time, and I know I'm going to bring it back to Christine because I know it's time for Q&A. So I'm going to stay on here as long as you guys will have me to answer questions. I thank Christine, the education committee, West San Gabriel Association Realtors. I've had the pleasure before shelter in place of speaking at your training center many times, and it's always an honor. You guys always have a great crowd. So thank you so much for the invite. I hope that you guys got some value out of today, and I'll bring it back to Christine.
Thank you, Felix. If you have any questions, please feel free to type it on the chat box and I'll read them all. Give it another minute.
So while we're waiting for questions, the digital marketing thing will take a couple of years, just like physical marketing. Just because they accept your friend request doesn't mean you're going to get a listing next month. Could you? It's possible. It's possible. But is it likely? Probably not likely, right? Because we have to think. A stranger just added me on Facebook or accepted my LinkedIn connection request. So then you have to build rapport. And how long does it take you to build rapport with that stranger? Well, it depends on how much you post and what you post. I can build rapport with a stranger in a month and get them to be my best friend. But I've been doing this for years. Maybe it takes you 3 months. Maybe it takes you 6 months. Maybe it takes you a year. And then they have to be in that window where they need to buy or sell, or someone they know needs to buy or sell. And then you're at least going to be called to the table.
Felix, we have a question from Ling Chow.
Yes.
Do you screen your guests on groups?
I do, yeah. So Ling, so I think for a lot for safety. So the women that are in my offices, usually get harassed by people they just randomly add. So who you add and who you connect with, I think, is extremely important. So when I'm the admin of a group, I don't screen. But when I'm sending friend requests from people from groups that I connect with, I definitely I'm screening them before I add them. So it's a very safe way to screen people at a distance, at arm's length. So you jump into what's happening in Arcadia, or you grew up in Temple City, if those type of groups, right? And then you build connections with people organically. You just chat about what's happening around town and the posts that they make. And then when you're comfortable, when you think that they're not a weirdo, they're not going to harass us, then you add them on your Facebook. But as soon as they harass you, you just block them and then you move on. Okay. So yes, I do screen people. Screen people a lot. There's a lot of fake profiles out there, and I can catch them. So let me tell you real quick about fake profiles as we get some more questions in. If they work for Citco and Chevron, they're fake. Okay? If they've been separated or widowed or single and they work for a oil company or a international bank, they're fake. They're fake. If they're international politician, they're fake. Okay. So it could be men, women. If they're in the military, they're probably fake. Okay, just a random person in uniform adding you, those are mostly fake. But yet I see a lot of friends adding those back. Okay, do we have another question, Christine?
We do. How essential is it to have a Facebook account? And should I post personal stuff on that account too?
How essential? It depends on your demographics. So where is your tribe? So if you looked at your close family and friends, where are they mostly on? What I would say, if you're a millennial, they're mostly on Instagram, and you used to talk to them as growing up on Instagram. So you have to look, where is your primary? So your primary is a must-have. Primary is a must-have if you want to be successful at social media marketing. My primary is Facebook because, of what I do. Facebook reaches those people I want to reach, right? So I'm on Instagram, but it's not my primary. It's my secondary. Your primary needs to be where you want to connect with people the most, okay? But because I see Cosmo asked from a vendor and affiliate standpoint, I think Facebook is essential. Now, Facebook personal page is essential. I don't think the business page is essential. So I would say, that most of the business you're going to get is going to be from the personal page. So I would say if you're a realtor, if you're a lender, if you're a title rep on here, it depends on where your audience is. And I'll tell you, most real estate agents, if you're an affiliate, are on Facebook and not Instagram. And I've taught Instagram at West San Gabriel Valley, and I've told people, stop listening to all these people that say you have to jump on Instagram this year or you're going to be left behind. That's fear mongering. It's not true. Don't do it. Okay. If you're a millennial, I always push my millennials first to Instagram because that's what they grew up messaging their friends with. So normally we start the people there, but even if they're millennial, if they want to connect with agents on Facebook to get their offers accepted, we still use Facebook. So Facebook is, I think, still the most important platform. Still the most people log on to Facebook on a daily basis, and most of the leads are still coming from Facebook. Instagram is making a big push, and even TikTok is making a big push these days. So, but it's still Facebook, and I think Instagram would be now a very close second, and then other social media platforms.
Okay, this is from Julia 2. How do you rate LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter for the development of businesses?
So I think Juliana, you're asking where you should be on, and I would say, again, it goes back to very similar to Cosmo's question, and it's where is your base? So if you look at most of your family and friends, which platforms do they use the most? Your clientele, look at your past clients, what platform do they use the most, right? So my Chinese coaching clients, they don't really use a lot of Facebook a lot. What they use is WeChat a lot. So they're in WeChat groups a lot, and we still translate a lot of the same stuff. You should be posting on WeChat galleries and LinkedIn. LinkedIn has Line has stories now, so you can post stories online and you can make posts online. So it's whatever is native to your audience. What is your target audience that you're trying to get to? We just don't have the time to be on everything all the time. The trick though to post on all platforms is you repurpose it. Repurpose is another word for copy paste. Repurpose, copy paste. Okay, so if you look, my Facebook and my LinkedIn look very similar. Or I'm sorry, my Facebook and my Instagram look very similar. And then what happens on LinkedIn? I post the same stuff I posted for business on my Facebook and Instagram, copy and paste right into LinkedIn. I don't change anything. So it makes it easy. So those are the 3 platforms I'm on a daily basis: Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And that's exactly the order I would prioritize for myself. It's going to be different, slightly different for everybody. But I'm sending out thousands of LinkedIn messages a week, and we're getting results. We are getting results. Okay. But that would be the order of how I would recommend that you do it. But you have to look at your base. If you're a millennial and you grew up and you talk to your friends on Instagram through middle school and high school, then that should be your primary. So that's going to be a different answer for everybody. Okay. But don't believe that you have to be on all platforms.
Next is from Raymond Sonata. For the picture resizing sites, do they maintain the original aspect ratio or do they stretch to size?
I believe that we used it on a workshop I did for LinkedIn. It keeps the original aspect, and I think that's why people like it. So that one should work because that one is the exact website I've given out a couple of times. So pickresize.com. Great question.
Next question, Mark Wu. If you could choose one platform, would you choose Facebook or LinkedIn?
I would still choose Facebook because really LinkedIn is making a big, huge rebound and comeback since they've been bought by Microsoft. And so that's really the change. The change happened about 2 years ago, and LinkedIn is making a strong push. Now LinkedIn allows posting very much like Facebook. If you've noticed, that just happened in the last 2 years. Now they allow live broadcast. That just happened the last 6 to 12 months. Some accounts had it maybe 8 months ago, but that just happened. So they're making a lot of very, very positive changes. And so far, I don't know how long this is going to last. So far, people are very open for you openly spamming them. And the same exact technique does not work at all on Facebook. But yet, so far, Microsoft and LinkedIn is allowing that. I'm gonna jump on that train until it doesn't work anymore. And so if it doesn't work one day, well, guess what? We just have to pivot, change, move, and do something else, right? Don't be who moved my cheese, right? So if it changes, we got to change with it.
Our next question is from Tracy Joseph. As an agent, should we have other agents as our Facebook friends or keep our colleagues on our business and LinkedIn page?
I never like anyone else's Facebook business page that's in the industry because there's a toggle for Facebook ads that allows me to market to anybody that like my page and their friends. Right? Everyone's now shocked. They said, but I liked all of my friends' Facebook pages. Yeah, you know what? Now they can put an ad right in front of your sphere. So I don't do that. I have so many best friends that want me to like their real estate page, and I don't do it because it's an open door to then market to my sphere. Okay, so I would say I definitely recommend keeping these people as real estate colleagues on your personal Facebook page, and I'm not going to include LinkedIn or anywhere else or Instagram, just your personal page. I'm going to say the top listing agents in the areas that you sell the most. Top listing agents where you sell the most. This is all information that you can get right from the MLS. The top buyers agents that sell the most. And you can, again, look up those stats straight from the MLS, okay? I think we also have info stats. I forget the thing with CRMLS, but there's a lot of free tools that you can look up volume, and you can look up who are the movers and shakers in town, or ask your affiliates because they're tracking them all the time, right? So you look that up and you add them. So as a listing agent, wouldn't you want the 20, 30, 40 buyers agents that sell 80% of the properties in your town or cities? Yes, of course you would. And on vice versa, wouldn't you as a buyer's agent want the top listing agents that hold 80% of the inventory in town? Yes, of course you would. So those are must adds. Other people that are must adds, I think, are office colleagues that are your friends that like and comment on your stuff. The whole purpose of my Facebook is if people don't like and comment, I just unfriend them because they add no value to the Facebook algorithm for me. So I would add people who are in your office, okay? When I was a team leader, we got a lot of people to get our offers accepted by me literally being friends with them on Facebook for a very long time, and me sending a message out to them and saying, hey, John Wax, hey, my agent wrote an offer on your listing, and hey, hopefully we can work together here. Let me know if we can do anything to get this this opened up tomorrow. Very simple. I'm not trying to do anything but telling them, by the way, this person is my agent and we wrote an offer on your listing, and I will guarantee that we close on time. I'll guarantee that we release contingencies when we should, and we'll work through issues quickly. So those are the reasons on why you would add them. Affiliates, yeah, add affiliates. I keep all the affiliates that always like and comment. I don't care if they spam on my page. I still keep them as long as they like and comment. They like and comment, I'm going to keep them.
Is there any easy way of posting Facebook contents on Pinterest? And this is from Raymond.
Is there any way, I don't use Pinterest. I've used Pinterest to look at some pictures, but I don't use Pinterest. So I wouldn't want to answer a question I'm not an expert at. So I can find out for you, Raymond. But yeah, I'm not an expert on Pinterest. Pinterest, from what I know, is a couple of words, like a sentence and a photo. So there's no way to post on Pinterest. The only thing I could tell you is if you make a Facebook story and you download the picture, right? So where's my phone? On Facebook stories, you download the photo of the typed words that you have, right? You download it onto your phone, then you can upload that onto Pinterest. But you can't have the same exact content, exactly the same word for word with the picture and the scripting on Pinterest unless you take a screenshot, which it's totally wrong for that platform. I definitely wouldn't recommend that you do that.
Then he mentioned, oh, sorry, not Pinterest, Instagram. It's just copy and paste.
Oh yeah, just copy and paste. And so the hashtag thing is something that if we have some time, normally I look for 4 to 5 hashtags that have a 7-figure search result. Then I look for 4 or 5 things that have a 6-figure search result. Then I look for 4 or 5 things that have a 5-figure search result. So I'm going from really large macro in the sales funnel and what people are looking for. Like something that has 7-figure return in results is like hashtag real estate. Then I may do hashtag California real estate, which may have hundreds of thousands of results. Then I may look for something that says SGV real estate or SGV homes or Arcadia homes, and that may have 50,000 results. So I'm looking for 4 to 5 of each range when I'm hashtagging. So don't hashtag stuff that is industry to industry. Realtor life, you don't really need to hashtag that for a business post, okay? But people do it, okay? So what is the purpose of the hashtag?
Next question is from Tom Singh. I find it very difficult to update on many social media platforms. How do you manage them? And is there any way we can upload to multiple platforms at the same time?
You can upload to multiple at the same time. I don't recommend it though. So you can look into products like Hootsuite. Hootsuite is probably the only one that allows it now. I think there used to be like 10. Now there's 2 or 3 that allow you to auto post on a schedule. The reason I do not recommend Hootsuite or any posting services is because your likes will go down, the engagement will go down. And so there is an algorithm that the engagement matters a lot. So if I'm only getting half the number of likes because I'm pushing through Hootsuite, I don't want to use it. I'd rather, so my recommendation so that you don't feel overwhelmed is you have a topic. So Monday through Friday, you have a topic, a very specific topic about what you post. So on a Saturday, if you have free time, you can make the next 3 or 4 weeks worth of posts already. So on Monday, you may have a family post. So Monday could be family day. Okay. On Tuesday, it could be transformational Tuesday. So it could be maybe body transformation. It could be mind transformation. So it could be maybe something motivational or inspirational on Tuesday. Wednesday could be a business post. Thursday could be Throwback Thursday and something, an old picture of you or your kids or your spouse that looks dramatically different, right? And then on Friday, you could post market updates. So that could maybe be the schedule. And then you just post the same stuff in the same topic. No one's going to notice. Nobody notices. But then you're able to, when you are free on a Sunday afternoon, you can do maybe 3 motivational type posts already and have 3 weeks worth of content for Tuesdays. And then Throwback Thursday, you may have old pictures that you stumble across and you may have content for the next 8 weeks. Okay, so that's how I'd recommend that you get a hold of this. You don't have to think about the content every single morning, because if you guys did that, you would not be efficient and you'd be spending way too much time on your social media.
Thank you, Felix. That was our last questions. I thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors, we would like to thank Felix Hung for his informative presentation. Please make sure to participate in our education class. A list of upcoming classes is displayed on your screen. Thank you everyone for joining our meeting today. We hope to see you again next week for our affiliate title panel discussion. Please support our affiliates with your transactions. Happy Father's Day, and this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.